All right, here we go. Two burly boys played Pokemon in their youth. One had to grow up, the other stayed true. Now the large grown-up child can name all of them, but the other guy probably 510. Now what can they do? Why don't they review? Now I'll talk about them till we die.
Die? Welcome, everybody. I'm Frank.
And I'm Joachim.
And this is your Certified Poke Moment, where we feature and talk about one Pokemon evolution line every single week.
And to commemorate what we believe is our 69th
I know for
episode,
a fact this is our 69th episode.
Instead of randomly generating a Pokemon, right?
Yes.
We
And
usually
we
roll.
always
We
do.
usually roll a dice basically for the Pokemon we talk about. I think that this is a very special episode.
Oh, yes.
And we need to talk about a very special Pokemon.
Oh, it's one you all know and love.
What does 69 evoke? It evokes warmth.
Yes.
And it evokes
Closeness, togetherness.
And I think most of all, it evokes Jynx.
Hell yeah,
You
brother.
saw the thumbnail. You saw the...
You already know
what
who
you're
we were
getting
talking
into.
about. Yeah, we've decided that this is the perfect time to talk about this imperfect Pokemon. But we cannot start with Jynx, as you know, Joachim. We must start with Jynx's pre-evolution Smoochum.
Yeah.
By the way, how weird that Jynx of all Pokemon gets a pre-evolution.
Wasn't Jynx kind of considered like the alternate to like Electivire?
Electabuzz and Magmar.
Oh,
Apparently people
yeah.
viewed them as some kind of trio.
Yeah.
Which is strange to me because you have like just fire, just electric, and then ice and psychic.
I don't
I don't know. And then you get Smoochum, Magby, and Elekid. But then Gen 4 comes around, Jynx gets no
I think
evolution.
in Gen 4, it was early enough where they're like, okay, people like this Jynx. Jynx is interesting. It's a part of this trio. Isn't it great? And then...
the controversies.
well, and then they realize, oh, we need to get as far away from this Pokemon as possible.
Yeah.
Maybe they need to give Jynx an evolution that makes it less horrible.
What did you do? Did you drop your Invisalign again?
Yeah, my Invisalign case keeps dropping. Boo-hoo.
All right, well, we're about to get a lot closer to Jynx. Let's first talk about Smoochum. It is a, like I said, ice and psychic type. Oh no, and is known as the Kiss Pokemon. And its cry...
Wait, that's not... What sound does a police siren make?
Something like that.
Yeah. I've had...
You don't think? What do they sound like when the police chase you, Jokum?
They usually go like, beep, beep, and then they just sort of stop and they just have their light behind me and then they pull me over and then I realize that we live in a police state.
And they say, hey, just wanted to tell you, nice guy.
Okay.
Sorry, I don't know why I said that.
If they said that, I'd at least be able to get off on stuff saying that like, oh, they were harassing me.
Oh, you wanted to just take the compliment? Anyway.
Hey, if they gave me a ticket, I would be like, and they said that, I'd be like, oh, buddy, you just gave me a lawsuit.
Well, sorry, Jokum. They turned off their body cam, so now there's no proof.
Police state.
Anyway, Smoochum's cry sounds like this.
I really hate that it's called the kissing Pokemon.
Me too. Also, are we not going to hear their cry?
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a Gen 2
That's
cry.
pretty generic.
I think psychically, my brain was telling me not to listen to it because it would be so mundane.
I mean, I would have guessed it would be like any number of like baby Pokemon or like a Sentret or something. It could have been anything.
Yeah.
But if you want your small little Smoochum to evolve, and this Sword and Shield Pokedex says it just evolves at like level 30.
Oh, but it used to evolve with a stone or something?
Well,
With, like, an
no,
ice stone?
because baby Pokemon have to evolve through like friendship or something. No, whoa. Smoochum always just evolved into Jynx at level 30.
Oh, okay.
Even back in like Gen 2. That's so weird. Am I crazy? Isn't it like always friendship?
I don't know. Is it the same with Elekid?
I don't know. Now I kind of want to find out. Hold on, everybody. We're going to derail this for a second. And I'm going to check Elekid. No, it's just level 30. What is happening? What about Igglybuff?
Frank just took the red pill and now he sees the truth.
This doesn't make any sense. Igglybuff is friendship. Okay, I'm in the wrong. I made the assumption that all baby Pokemon evolved through friendship. Apparently not.
Wow, and now look at us, a couple of butts.
Apparently, the Smoochum, Elekid, and I'm assuming Magby can all evolve at level 30. And there are some other odd exceptions, like technically Riolu and Toxel count as baby Pokemon, even though they were introduced in the same generation. I don't know what makes them count as baby Pokemon. Anyway, get your Smoochum to level 30, and you'll have the lady herself, Jynx. She is still Ice and Psychic, now known as the human shape Pokemon.
Ooh.
And her cry sounds like this. Yeah, that's like a pretty iconic cry. So I think I read somewhere. Did this happen on a podcast episode we did before, where we were like looking up something to do with like length of cries, and we saw that Jynx had like the longest cry.
Longer than anything? I feel like now it has to be. Okay,
well, maybe up
we'll
to like Gen 6, 7, 8, something like that. Maybe
it'll probably be in trivia.
Yeah, you're right. There'll probably be something about that if it is the longest. So, yes, that is Jynx. Jokum, do you want to do the Pokedex entries for Smoochum?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, we got to go back to Gen 2, which means, we got to go to Bulbapedia.
Boo.
Bulbapedia time. Unfortunately, and we've talked about this before, but unfortunately, Gens 1 and 2 in Cerebi do not have their Pokedex entries.
Why is that? I want to ask Jonathan Cerebi himself. Why is that?
Yeah, I gotta know. Also, this stupid thing just booted me out. I've got to get back in.
What,
it didn't want me to...
You got booted out of Bulbaspenia?
We might have to pause.
Okay.
All right, guys. I fixed the issue. The website kept booting me out for some reason.
He was having a geriatric moment. It's okay.
I was not.
No, you're off your Ozempic. So
you stupid young kids. I hate this generation.
You're off your Cialis.
I am older than Jokum, for those who don't know.
Yeah.
I'm his senior.
Yeah.
I'm his senpai.
Yeah, you are my senpai.
We were in the same grade. I don't know.
Gold. This is for Smoochum. Its lips are the most sensitive parts on its body.
It
always uses its lips first to examine things.
Oh, gosh. This is hard. This is making me remember old anime episodes where Smoochum would just kiss anything and everything that it came up to it.
Silver. It always rocks its head slowly, backwards and forwards, as if it is trying to kiss someone. Okay. That's God.
So weird.
God.
They had to make the little baby thing obsessed with kissing.
I mean, my thing is that it's moving its head backwards and forwards. Yeah. I don't like that. Yeah, okay, and Frank is like visualizing it. Why does it have to be on the baby Pokemon?
Yeah, exactly.
God, the Japanese. Yep. Crystal. The sensitivity of its lips develops most quickly. Oh, it's so mature for its age. It uses them to try to identify unknown objects. There's always an element of was there a pervert who made this?
Yes, there is.
Go, guys! You're overthinking it. No, why do you have to make everything like sexual? No,
guys, come on.
It's Japan. You never know.
Everything is always sexual when it comes to Japan. And this isn't even sexual. It's just weird. It gives weird implications.
All right. Do we want to do
read some more.
I want to see Scarlet and Violet. It's not in
nope,
Scarlet and Violet.
It's not in it.
I'm going to see Sword and Shield and see if they fixed any of their mistakes.
Let's see.
Sword. If its face gets even slightly dirty, Smoochum will bathe immediately. Okay. But if its body gets dirty... Oh, its body gets dirty instead of its face.
Yeah.
Smoochum doesn't really seem to care.
It's got to look pretty.
Okay. Oh, I guess this kind of goes back to it being like a looks obsessed Gyaru.
Yeah.
Shield.
But she doesn't worry about showering or putting on deodorant.
Yep. Shield. This is a very curious Pokemon. Smoochum decides what it likes and dislikes by touching things with its lips.
Oh, it's not as bad as
this isn't
before.
as bad as it rocking its head back and forth. Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. It tests everything by touching with its lips, which remember what it likes and dislikes. Okay, that's just a different way of wording.
Yeah, I think that's honestly touches everything is a bit weird. All right, let's go ahead and do Jynx now. Oh no, this is gonna be bad. Red and blue. It seductively wiggles its hips as it walks. It can cause people to dance in unison with it.
Oh.
Yellow appears to move to a rhythm of its own as if it were dancing. It wiggles its hips as it walks. Let's see. Oh, this is the weird one. Silver. It speaks a language similar to that of humans.
It's creepy.
However, it seems to use dancing to communicate. That's your Jynx is just it's gonna be like those horrible creepypastas where there's like a creature down the hall that like talks in a vague, like distorted human voice.
Yeah.
That's
and
horrifying.
It does like a creepy dance walk towards you while swinging its hips. Like Uncanny Valley, right?
Oh yeah, big time. Crystal has, I think, about the same. It has several different cry patterns, each of which seems to have its own meaning. Yeah, that's creepy. Let me go to Sword and Shield like Jokum did. In certain parts of Galar, Jynx was once feared and worshipped as the Queen of Ice.
Jesus.
Oh, step on me, Queen.
No. Usually I'd get behind you on this, but no. There's a reason Jynx isn't on your shelf of
baddies. Shield. The Jynx of Galar often have beautiful and delicate voices, so nowhere else. Some of these Pokemon have even gathered a fan base.
Ugh. Is that you played the games? Does that happen?
No.
You don't see
No, yeah, you don't see it happen anywhere.
Why? Why in Galar? Is this a reference to something in England?
The English are obsessed with Gyarus?
No, I don't think so.
They're
obsessed with really bland meat pockets.
Yeah, British food is
It's all right. I like the hearty stuff. I wasn't impressed with a lot of the stuff.
When I went to the UK, the food I had there was good. It's not like I didn't enjoy eating it. But then I go to like France or Japan and I'm like, "Oh, it can be so much better." Even French food is pretty good.
I'm sure they're good at it. I mean, they're snobby for a reason.
What they make up for... Wait. What they lack in people skills and niceness, they make up for in their food quality. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say.
The only French person I know in real life has actually been very nice.
Who do we know that's French?
Oh my gosh, it's a stretch. I don't want to... Maureen?
The girl from My Dress Up Darling, yeah.
No, and not Marine Le Pen. Ugh.
I never met Marine, I guess.
Yeah,
this
never
is a
met
part of your life I
nice,
wasn't a part of.
I'm just like, it's too complicated, too many hoops.
What? You tried to...
No! It was never a thing with me. Oh my god.
I don't know. See, now you're leaving out too much information. I feel like I'm making assumptions about you and Marine.
No.
Did she live in France or was she French?
You wouldn't get it. Oh, Marine.
Because... If they live in France, that's why they're like that. But if they're just French,
they're from France. They have the French accent. I'm sure French food is very good.
French food is great.
Italian food is great.
Italian food is amazing.
I wanted
Norwegian food is strange, but I like it.
It's not that strange.
You guys eat whales,
and it's fine. We don't eat whales all the time. It's not like we're like, ooh, gotta eat as many whales as possible. No.
You squeeze the oil out of fish to cure your depression? I see.
How'd you get that? How'd you get that out of your mouth? How do you remember that? That's a reference to vitamin D and cod liver oil and Scandinavia having depression problems before. It's okay.
Not enough sun.
Not enough sun.
Let's go ahead and do abilities. How about that, Joker?
Yeah,
you want to talk about abilities?
Yeah.
Man, Jynx really could be like a Norwegian Pokemon, huh?
Why?
I don't know. We could talk about this more in alternate forms. And imagine her as like one of those Viking-dressed opera singers.
Oh, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know where that came from.
Norway. Why not?
It doesn't feel like a Norwegian thing to have a Viking with horns. Okay.
You go to the Norway section at Epcot, they have Viking helmets, Jokum. I think they know what they're talking about. All right. So, Smoochum and Jynx have the exact same abilities upon evolution. So, let's go ahead and read them. First one is, oddly enough, Oblivious. The Pokemon cannot be under the attract condition, intimidated, or be taunted while having this ability. but they can still attract others. Forewarn reveals the foe's strongest move. Kind of a nothing ability, in my opinion. And then its hidden ability, which just adds a whole nother layer of gross to this Pokemon. Dry Skin. HP is restored when hit by water-type moves or when it's raining, but also makes the Pokemon weak to fire-type moves and reduces HP during strong sunlight.
Doesn't Smoochum have like an inverted version of that?
Oh my gosh, he does.
Yeah,
wait, I got it wrong.
Yeah.
How'd you remember that?
I don't know. I remember very specific things.
Yeah, that's insane. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, I got that wrong. The hidden ability for Smoochum is not Dry Skin, it is Hydration. All status problems, burn, paralysis, sleep, frozen, and poison are healed when raining.
Okay.
So Smoochum is very hydrated, Jynx is very dry. Is what we've learned.
This is so sad. I feel like Jynx is like a Pokemon making fun of like a certain type of like women.
Yeah.
It's like, this is just kind of feels like bullying.
I feel like a good evolution for Jynx that makes her more like a beautiful woman could really like improve her, get people to stop like making fun of her.
Or maybe like just a comfortable person, a person who's finally comfortable. Instead of dressing like a Gyaro.
Yeah.
Oh, they want to dress like that. Okay.
But
they
do. Do they? All right, let's do stats. Base stat total, a semi-low 455. I thought it'd be a little higher.
For Jynx?
For Jynx.
Yikes. Jynx really needs an evolution.
Some kind of boost, yeah.
I hope that doesn't get like a mega. I think it just needs a flat-out evolution.
Wait a minute. I think there were rumors it was getting a mega, right?
Oh.
I did a whole like YouTube video ranking the different mega evolution possibilities that were leaked. I don't remember Jynx being in there.
Okay.
But
I hope it just gets an evolution.
I hope for regular evolution too. HP 65, physical attack 50. Oh my gosh. Defense 35. This is frail.
Oh
I didn't realize
and
it
it's
was
an
so
ice
physically
type.
frail. Yeah, ice is supposed to be a good defensive type. Special attack, we've finally gotten to a good stat. It is 115.
Okay.
So that's where like the majority of its stats went. Special defense also okay. Actually, this whole back end is pretty good. Special
you're
defense.
saying Jynx's back end is good.
Dang it! Special defense is 95, and speed is a shocking 95.
Wow.
So it's speedy, good special defense with a pretty freaking good special attack. But if it gets hit with like any physical move, I don't think it's really surviving. Let's see if its move pool can help it out at all. Oh, good news, everybody. Good news. It does indeed get Lick.
For episode 69, it has to.
Alright, it gets Copycat too, which you don't see a lot of Pokemon get Copycat. The user mimics the move used immediately before it. The move fails if no other move has been used yet. Given your low defense stat, and high speed, I wouldn't bank on that. Alright, here we go. Confusion, it learns Sing, of course. Ice Punch. Why? Psychic, Lovely Kiss, Mean Look, Pear Song, and then finally Blizzard. So it does also, I don't know if I said earlier, it gets Powder Snow. It doesn't tell you what level. It's just kind of like it can get Powder Snow. That's a special ice type attack that does 40 damage with 100 accuracy. Could freeze the opposing Pokemon, but it's so low damage. The only other ice type move it gets by level up is Blizzard at level 58. That's terrible. I mean, special ice type attack. It does get Ice Punch, but its physical attack is so low. At least it gets Psychic. That's good. Alright, Sword and Shield Technical Machine attacks. Again, I read out the whole thing. Icy Wind, that's a bit better. Can lower your opponent's speed. Nope, that's physical. Icicle Spear. Drain Punch. It's one of my favorite moves. Don't give it to Jynx. Avalanche, Psycho Cut.
Does it learn Blizzard?
By level up, yeah.
So I just need to reiterate that. So just teach it. I guess Blizzard doesn't have an 100%.
By TR, it learns Ice Beam.
Okay.
It does get Size Shock, Shadow Ball, Future Sight, Calm Mind, Focus Blast, Energy Ball. Okay, there you go. That's some coverage. Yeah, I guess I would do an ice, ice beam, psychic, and then focus blast and energy ball, maybe. Or you can teach it psychic and psi shock, because although psi shock utilizes your special attack, it does physical damage to the opposing Pokemon. So if you know your opponent has a lot of special attack, you're like, oh, I don't want to use my special attacks, you can use psi shock to hit their defense instead.
Okay.
Which I think is kind of cool.
Oh, you mean you said that they have a lot of special attack? You meant they have a lot of special defense?
Yeah, so they have. Did I say special attack?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You might have misheard, but I'm sorry. No,
All right,
we're not going to pause it. No, we're not going to.
Ooh, that feels good.
He did it. He did it.
I was right.
I don't know if he was right or not. It's hard to say.
Pretty early in
hard
the morning
to say.
to win a being right contest.
Anyway, Egg moves, gets Fake Out, Wish, Role Play, and then in BDSP, you can get Ice Punch through Egg move. Why bother? Oh, and it can learn Expanding Force in the Isle of Armor Move Tutor. Great move, does double damage.
Jynx can expand?
Yes. Ooh. The move's power goes up on Psychic Terrain, too, so that would do a lot of damage. Alright, so that's pretty good. Special attack is pretty good. I've always wanted to use Jynx on a team since, for forever, it was like the only Psychic and Ice type for a long time. But now we have Galarian, Mr. Mime, and Mr. Rhyme. I think that's it.
Is that it?
I think. No. I was going to say there's Galarian Articuno, but it's not Ice. That's the whole thing. It's Psychic. Just Psychic.
Galarian Articuno? Oh, because regular Articuno is just Ice.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then that's what I like about the Galarian birds. It's like Galarian Articuno gets a Psychic type attack that has a chance to freeze. And like Galarian Zapdos has a fighting type attack that gets the chance to paralyze. And then the same goes for Galarian Moltres. Dark type attack gets the chance to burn. Thank you, Jokum. You want to see these shinies?
Yeah.
There's Smoochum.
Okay, it's
Its pinks
pinker.
become lighter. Its hair, it might even change a shade lighter, but
it just looks like it got blasted with sun.
Yeah, it looks like there's a lot of light hitting on it right now. And there's Jynx. Pinker dress.
Yeah, okay.
It's not even that much more noticeable in its sprite form.
I think it is more noticeable. I'm so glad they made her purple instead of her original color.
There's Gen 1 Jynx.
You could almost argue that it's purple because the outline is kind of a little purple. You're like, oh no, it's a really dark purple.
Yeah,
you know, that's what
really
you could say.
That. Because then there's Gen 2 where it's still...
Yeah, but she's got like purple highlights.
Honestly, in Generation 2, her shiny actually turns the face from black to purple.
Okay. Yeah, that's actual purple.
Yeah. And then finally in Gen 3 is when they got Wise. Like how ugly she is in Gen 3. Good lord.
That is pretty bad. What's the one where she's singing? Emerald? In Emerald, she just has her eyes closed and she's singing?
Yeah, her hands are clasped together. Huh.
I don't know how much I like that her eyes are closed, because that makes it seem like her eyes are always closed.
Maybe she does like the little wiggle and they're open in some frames. I don't know. All right, Jokum, let's go ahead and talk about these alternate forms.
Make her flying type, and she's a blow-up.
Excuse me?
She's like a blow-up.
Excuse me?
A blow-up.
A blow-up what? You heard it here first, guys. Oh, no.
No. Okay.
I think that Viking idea where she's like a singing
that's
opera Viking, she could be like ice fighting.
Ice fighting? Yeah, okay.
That'd be neat.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, I don't know, singing a lot of times can do with like fairy types, maybe make her...
Ice fairy?
Ice fairy, or even fairy fighting. Maybe she just loses the ice typing.
But if she's keeping the Viking theming, it would be cool to...
Yeah, she's still ice.
To be ice.
Ice fighting might be the way to go.
What type is Galarian Meowth?
Galarian Meowth? Steel.
Okay, he doesn't gain ice or anything.
No.
Okay.
No. Yeah, little Viking Berserker.
Maybe she's Steel Ice? Because now she's got, like, armor on?
Steel Ice could be cool. Times 4 weak to fighting, and fire.
Never mind.
Yeah,
well,
I think...
Just because a type weakness exists doesn't mean we should avoid making it.
Frickin' Alolan Sandslash, I think, is one of the best, like, alternate forms of a Pokemon, and it's Ice Steel, and it hurts.
It's Ice Steel? I thought it was Ice Ground.
Nope, Ice Steel.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, you just gotta watch out for those weaknesses because there's a lot, and they hit hard.
I was gonna say like maybe we switch her, we invert her like she goes from a special defense special attacker to a high defense high attacker.
Yeah, maybe like incorporate it into her design. She has like a shield and spear or something made out of ice.
She's an Amazonian.
I'm still thinking like Viking.
Viking.
Yeah. Or what do Vikings have? Not spears, like a long sword or something.
Like a sword or an axe.
Come on, this is your heritage. Come on.
They just sort of like it depends. Like you didn't. From what I understand, they didn't go Viking all the time. They were just like farmers, and then the season would come, and they were like, "Okay, gotta go, raid and pillage,
raid and pillage."
And then they would all just get on their boats, and they would use like their farm tools, like axes and stuff. I mean, I'm sure other ones had like actual weapons. Reference Vinland Saga, but I don't know. From what I understand, it was just a lot of like farmers and stuff. That's where the axe came.
There weren't
from.
People who made their whole profession like pillaging.
I think
there
probably
horrible
were.
Viking.
According to Vinland Saga, there were, but from what I understand, a lot of the Norwegian Vikings were like, okay, it's winter, crops aren't growing, let's go pillage.
I want like, who do you think would win? Like Attila the Hun and his like Hun army or whatever,
Probably
or like
Attila
the Vikings?
Attila the Hun.
You think?
I think so.
Why?
I think he was more organized.
The organization would do it.
I think it was just
Yeah, that's the might
maybe,
of an army versus a
I don't know
mob.
if he would necessarily be able to like take over Scandinavia. I think there's a lot of mountains in the way.
Yeah. Well, he had to cross mountains.
Oh my gosh, we're gonna look so. I think
Right?
I think Attila the Hun was on flatlands.
I might just be thinking of Mulan.
I feel like there's gotta be. We're gonna sound so dumb, but I think there's something to do with like it might be the Mongols I'm thinking of, but the mountains. I think the Caucasus would stop a lot of like invasions from the east, and I know there's a whole element of like going from cultures that were like flatlands trying to invade more mountainous areas. It doesn't work out very well because they're not used to that. So mountains are kind of like a big savior for a lot of like Europe.
Well, how about that? I mean, I don't know this stuff. I don't study history.
Yeah. That's how I think it would go. I mean, if the Huns had a bunch of like seaside villages, I think the Norwegians would give them a run for their money on those seaside villages. But
they do get bonuses to pillaging
in Civ 6.
In Civ 6,
that's about it. That's all they get. Norway sucks in Civ 6,
unfortunately. What the heck are we talking? Oh, yeah, Jynx. I think that's it for alternate forms. You can't do too much more with her. I mean, granted, I never would have guessed throwing ice onto Mr. Mime, you know? But...
yeah.
You could do any form of random
Salsa
type
Dancer,
to
give her fighting and fire type.
Yeah, we could use more fighting fires. Firefightings.
That would actually be... Firefighting versus psychic. Psychic is good against fighting, right?
Yeah.
And then fire is good against ice.
Yeah.
So it'd be kind of a cool inversion.
It would be pretty cool, actually.
Ooh.
See, Salsa Dancer is cool, but you could also do one of those, like, Hawaiian fire jugglers. That would have been a cool Alolan form.
Yeah.
I guess I kind of argued that was a
Marowak.
Alolan Marowak.
Yeah.
But I think it could have worked for Jynx really well, too. Oh, well. Anyway, Jokum, do you know what time it is?
It's trivia.
It's your favorite time.
Ho-hum.
Why are you hoeing?
Because I'm a hum.
Stop hoeing in my presence.
It is the Jynx episode.
Oh, whoa, guys, he's being bad. Trivia for Smoochum. In Pokemon Gold and Silver, Smoochum is programmed to be able to learn Lovely Kiss through breeding.
Oh, it's groomed.
But no male Pokemon in the human-like egg group can legitimately learn it to pass down as an egg move in those games. In Generation VI...
6.
Thank you. Jynx would have been able to pass down the move due to changes in breeding mechanics, allowing mothers to pass down egg moves. Finally, the women get their chance. Am I right?
Okay.
Dab me up.
I don't want to
dab me
right
up.
now. I don't care enough.
He doesn't care about women, guys.
I don't care about
women's
trivia.
rights.
I hate trivia. I hate Smoochum. And I hate
Wow.
Jynx.
Well, you're going to love this. Smoochum is the only pink ice-type Pokemon.
I'm going to gouge your eyes out.
Smoochum has the lowest base defense stat of all ice-type Pokemon.
All right.
Smoochum is tied with Abra for having the lowest base defense stat of all psychic-type Pokemon.
Alright.
Okay, now I gotta know. I gotta know how low this defense stat is.
Frank is going to continue while I go pee.
No, you're not. No, you just peed before we started.
I have to pee again.
You peed like less than 30 minutes ago.
If the video stops here, I'm peeing. We're back, guys, and I'm
Yeah,
sorry. I made a mistake. This is an audio format. This is not a video. Well, unless you're on YouTube, then it is a video. Then it's just a static
But then,
image.
yeah, you still can't hear.
That's my
see
bad.
anything.
As condolences, Frank is going to skip trivia. It's okay.
What the heck are you even talking about? So Smoochum's defense stat is 35. So like, I honestly thought it would be a little bit lower.
Yeah.
Since it is the lowest of both ice and psychic types.
But it doesn't go up at all between its evolution, right?
Yeah, it's 50.
Oh, it's,
Wasn't hers 50?
I thought it was 35.
I will double check, but I could have sworn it was 50. I mean, I guess we'll find out. All right, let's see. Yeah, it is 35.
Woohoo!
Wait, what the heck?
Another win for Joe.
Yeah, it is another win for Joe. How do you keep winning?
Let's just say Charlie Sheen gif from like the early 2010s.
Joe, I'm tired of all this winning.
Doesn't he say like I'm winning or something? I don't know.
Yeah, I think he does. Oh, classic meme. Origin. Whoa, this is Smoochum's Space World 97 design. That's how she would have looked. Honestly,
I don't hate that. That's
a little
actually
bit
really
better.
cute.
Yeah,
I like its little. It's like its hair. It's like a tiny version of.
It's like a shorter shoulder
Yeah.
length version of Jynx's.
I think that's actually really cute.
Uh-huh.
I think it was better.
Smoochum may be based on Gyaru, blonde-haired, tanned Japanese girls, but is meant to resemble an otherwise normal human child. One type of Gyaru, the Gyaru Mama, will raise their children with the Gyaru fashion style, usually in their image. Oh gosh. There's a link for Gyaru Mama. Why'd it take me to this image?
Because I
That's
think
not
that's
even
a
that bad.
Gary woman.
I mean, that's not as bad as like I've seen it.
Yeah.
Is this a whole blog dedicated to Gyaru Mama?
I think they're.
It took me to the Japan Today newsletter. Meet Aki, queen of the Gyaru Mama. I'm not reading this. I think it would deal psychic damage for me to read this. This concept is more visibly seen in its design from the Pokemon Gold and Silver Space World 97 demo, where Smoochum more clearly takes after Jynx. Yes, I agree. Additionally, Yuki Onna, a possible origin for Jynx, is sometimes shown as holding a seemingly human child. Oh, there she is. That's Yuki
I don't see
Onna.
a child.
I don't see a child either. But
Okay.
maybe she hadn't had it yet. Smoochum could also be based on the legend of Kintaro, a human child raised by the Yama-Uba, another possible origin for Jynx. That is a horrifying old lady.
Yeah.
Oh, she gets even more horrifying.
Oh, I'm wiggly.
She is extremely wiggly. Okay, there she's not that bad.
Oh, I'm covered in
And
leaves.
she has boobies.
Oh, suckle.
Smoochum's habit of kissing things to learn through taste and touch is a behavior seen in babies and toddlers,
That's more of them just
which
sticking stuff in
often
their
bite
mouth.
things or hold them in their mouth for similar reasons.
Yeah.
Maybe we're the problem. You have fuzz on you.
I don't know. My problem started when it started rocking its head back and forth. Yep. That is, yeah.
Name origin. Smoochum may be derived from smooch, which means a kiss, and possibly chum, as in friend. It may also be a punch on Smoochum. Smooch them.
Oh, okay.
Smoochum.
Yeah, I can see that.
Were you talking about the chum bucket?
Yeah.
Do it again.
Chum.
That-
Get the hell out of here, Mr. Krabs. I'm with my wife. My computer wife, Karen.
I came to watch.
I just had to see how this worked.
I'm what you might call a voyeur.
Well, that's perfect. I'm an exhibitionist.
Beep, beep, boop, boop, beep, beep.
Shut up, wife.
She crushes him.
Ooh. Oh, there is a whole controversy section.
Okay.
Oh, this is going to be fun. All right, trivia for Jynx. As its Pokedex entries state that Jynx speaks an incomprehensible language, the player, as a Pokemon, cannot understand anything it says in Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Red Rescue Team, and Blue Rescue Team. Wow. That is interesting. That's why we read the trivia, baby.
That's really cool. That's controversy?
No. I'm not in controversy yet.
Okay.
No. I'll tell you when we get to controversy. That is so funny.
Because my thinking was that they're going to say that the controversy about that language thing would be that, like, oh, it looks like a stereotype of some other people, to Americans. I don't think that's how the Japanese were thinking. No. And then to say it has an incomprehensible, almost human thing. It's like
good point. I wonder
not a good look.
That's very interesting.
We'll have to see if people made that connection.
A Capsule Monsters concept sketch depicts an unused Pokemon design with the same Pokedex number as Jynx. Okay, you gonna show me what it is?
That's nothing.
What the heck?
That's nothing.
Guys. How do I even tell you how to look this up?
Look at the concept for number 124.
I guess, or you can just go to Bulbapedia, go to Jynx's page, and then click on the link that says Capsule Monsters concept sketch. Specifically, click concept sketch, and you'll see this like legless dog-looking thing, like a cat-looking thing. It has arms but no legs. It's hilarious.
They took my freaking legs.
Jynx's sprite in the Virtual Console re-release of Pokemon Yellow uses 5 colors instead of 4. To achieve this effect, some of the 8x8 tiles composing the sprite use an altered palette, where black is replaced with purple, which is technically possible on a Game Boy Color game.
Okay.
The Pokemon Stadium games feature a kicking animation for Jynx, in which its feet appear out of nowhere. Disconnected from its body, to perform moves such as Mega Kick. This is one of the rare instances where its feet can be seen in the games, considering Jynx's lack of footprints.
What? Does Jynx just float?
Maybe it's connected to it being a psychic type. Does it not have feet?
But Smoochum has little feet.
It does. It loses its feet
Maybe
upon evolution.
underneath the dress, just sort of like floats. Like it has like little weird Tyrannosaurus legs. Like instead of like
Tyrannosaurus legs.
A T-Rex has like little atrophied arms, right?
Oh, it's little arms. Yeah.
So then like maybe she has little atrophied legs. Under there, she's just got a floating nubs.
That's gross to think about. Jynx is the only Pokemon to have dry skin as its hidden ability.
Okay.
Pokemon Home features an unused cry of Jynx that uses a file name and reverb consistent with that of Mega Evolution.
In which game?
In Pokemon Home.
Oh, wow.
That's very interesting. What the heck? Controversies. Let's start off with one you didn't think we'd start off with. Sexism. In September 1999, Mary C. Morton released an article in the Washington Post titled Pokemon, The Dark Side. And think about it. The dark type hadn't even been invented yet.
Oh, okay.
Where she, alongside others... alongside other critiques of Pokemon in general, criticized Jynx's design on the grounds of sexism, criticizing Jynx's explicitly, albeit grossly caricatured, womanly features. In the official Pokemon handbook, bringing up its sensational descriptions of its hips and its lovely kiss.
I don't know. Which one is the final one? Machamp. Machamp exists.
Yeah.
He's like a bunch of male features.
Exactly.
Like big
Pecs
muscles.
and abs, yeah. But it's only a problem when it's the women.
We are just one of those guy podcasts.
No. I love women.
But no, I think it is a little bit silly.
I think it's a very silly complaint. I don't know.
Yeah,
come on. It's a monster capture game. You're just looking for reasons to complain.
Yeah.
All right. Racism.
Okay. This one might be a little valid.
In January 2000, cultural critic Carol Boston Weatherford condemned Jynx as a negative African-American stereotype in Black World Today, comparing it to racist figures from The Story of Little Black Sambo, drag queens, and the similarly controversial Mr. Popo from Dragon Ball.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, everybody knows Mr. Popo. I think, although they kept his design the exact same. Doesn't he still look the same today? Or does he just not appear anymore?
Maybe they just don't use him. I don't know. I don't know anything about Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Yeah, I have no interest in watching Dragon Ball. I don't get how so many people like it.
The entire cartel is going to be after us.
And we probably just lost so many viewers.
Mr. Popo is rough.
Yeah, isn't he?
Holy cow.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
No, Mr. Popo is 100% a minstrel character. This is...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
And is he still around? Did they change
know.
him? Weird. Gosh. Anyway, this led to significant changes. This stupid website keeps jumping me to the top. This led to significant changes. Jynx's sprites in Western Pokemon games were altered, and episodes of the Pokemon series featuring the original design were cut from international airings. Game Freak revised Jynx's skin color to purple, which was reflected in later games and in the animated series, also correcting Jynx's arms from red to white. Recolored versions of affected episodes updating Jynx's depiction were also made available on Japanese Blu-ray and streaming services. Manga reissues have since used a dark gray hue for Jynx instead of black. Jynx's face was also recolored purple on manga covers and in Virtual Console game re-releases. Some fans speculate Jynx may instead have other origins, such as from Gyaru fashion. Yeah, that is the origin.
But she does look a lot like Mr. Popo, and Mr. Popo,
yes.
You could say
isn't he also wearing a turban?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
I don't know, guys. But then again, okay, this is in America. We have a different history of this stuff than in Japan. Japan is just sort of catching strays from our dark past.
Yes, that's
but also,
true.
They also have a dark past.
They have a very dark past, but a different dark past than us.
Yeah.
So I don't think Japan was doing anything maliciously. I just think unfortunately, America was just bad back in the day. And some would say, still today.
No, well, we were bad, but now we're good. We're not gonna make minstrel characters anymore.
That's right.
But Japan will. and then a part of us will always defend them for it. Oh, you don't understand. It's a reference to the story of the Umeboshi.
Okay. Origin. Jynx's first documented design can be seen in Satoshi Tajiri, the man who created Pokemon, a biographical manga about Satoshi Tajiri dating... Oh, I'm so sorry. I saw dating like he was dating Jynx. No. Dating Jynx's design to around 1992 to 1993. Game Freak's headquarters was in close proximity to Shibuya 109, which was a common gathering place for Gyaru street fashion in the 1980s and 90s. Gyaru, being a subculture of primarily women who wear fake tan and bleached hair, is a likely inspiration for Jynx's design. This is played up upon further with Smoochum referencing the trend of Gyaru mamas. Yep, we already know that. Oh gosh. The original Jynx's black skin and prominent lips bore a resemblance to blackface or darky iconography. Ooh. Why is this part here? Jynx's... Okay, here we go. Jynx's depiction as Santa's helper in Holiday Hijinks may reference the Dutch folklore character Zwarte Piet.
Zwarte Piet.
Who is that, Joker?
In Norway, we also have... In Norway, we also have Zwarte Piet.
I just saw a picture of him.
Yeah, it's a guy in blackface.
No,
he's covered in soot.
No, it's a guy. It's pretty
bad.
Oh my
gosh. No, you don't understand.
Guys, I am so sorry.
He's covered in coal.
Oh gosh, also translated in English as Black Pete.
You know, in Norway, we always everything I always saw depicted of him was he was a chimney sweep and he was covered in like
What about the lips?
charcoal powder.
What about the lips?
He didn't
Jokum?
have that in Norway. I think Norway had the common sense to get rid of that.
You know what's interesting about Europe in general?
Yeah.
They kind of don't get rid of this stuff.
Yeah.
When some friends and I were traveling the UK, we had stopped at a place to eat, and the name of the place was Black Boy Inn. And you would never guess the character they had outside.
Oh.
It was alarming, to say the least.
This is one of my problems with, I think, in the early 2000s, Europe had maybe they still have this, a major superiority complex over the U.S.
Yeah, they did.
Making us seem like we're like racist assholes.
Uh-huh.
Have you... Europeans, look at a mirror.
Yeah, the Europeans are pretty...
We're
they can be
trying
pretty
to get
bad.
better. We're trying to get better. You guys...
Hardly even
look
trying.
in the mirror.
Anyway, let's move on past one at the Pete's. Jynx's revised coloring may be based on purple discoloration of the skin, a common symptom of frostbite, fitting with Jynx's ice type and how it's found in cold places. I think they just changed it to a color that was close enough to black, so it wasn't that alarming of a change.
It's cool. That's cool, like, headcanon you can make.
Because they couldn't change it to brown, like Gyaru, like actual Gyaru skin color.
Well, actual Gyaru makeup skin color.
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm saying. They do that to themselves.
Isn't that supposed to be like, isn't that like a romanization of, or it's a, what do they call it in Japan? Like, it's their approximation of the word girl. Gyaru. I think that's the origin of the name Gyaru is like because they wanted to look like Western women.
Western girls.
Western culture girls. Yeah. So they're like, oh, I'm a girl now. A Gyaru.
That's so... I don't know if that's true.
I'm pretty sure that's true.
So interesting.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
But that's why they darken themselves. Yeah. Western girls are darker in America, right?
Yep. Gyaru. Oh, wait, gosh. That also has bad implications.
Yeah, no, it does. The term gyaru is a Japanese dish adaptation of the English word gal. Oh, gal, not girl. Gyaru. Because they don't. I guess they don't have a.
They don't have a proper L, right?
Yeah, so they have to replace it with a.
Yeah.
Referring to Japanese youth subculture.
Wow.
Yeah,
I'm learning a lot today, guys. Let's remember, we chose Jynx today because of 69. And now look at what we've been talking about for the last, 10 minutes. We did this to ourselves. Jynx may be based on a Nordic or Viking woman, possibly Hel, goddess of the underworld.
Yeah, I can see that.
You know Hel.
Yeah, I've been there.
Is that where the Hey, so have I.
Yeah.
Is that where the Marvel character Hela comes from?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, because of the... Yeah.
Yeah, and that's where the English word hell comes from, Helheim.
Helheim?
Yeah.
I think the Americans made it up first, but that's okay. Jynx also has traits of a female opera singer, especially the iconic cartoon depiction of the fat lady.
Oh, that's what she's called?
Yeah.
I thought she was a Valkyrie.
No, the fat lady.
I thought she was a Valkyrie. No, she's a Valkyrie. It says the Valkyrie.
It ain't over until the fat lady sings. Is a colloquialism which is often used as a proverb.
Oh, but the fat lady meaning it's...
She's
the
playing
Valkyrie Brunhilde. Oh, Brunhilde.
Yeah,
from Record of Ragnarok.
Wow.
I wish the last fight was more interesting.
Oh, you're talking about the one with the two swordsmen that lasted 100 chapters?
Too damn long.
It's okay. Now we're on to a much cooler fight.
I can't do it. I can't catch up. It's so boring.
Just skip that fight.
Oh
just
my
skip that
gosh.
fight.
I can't skip the fight. Because what happens if something cool happens in the fight? I'm going to use my sword even further.
I'm pretty sure the god uses... He gets so into sword fighting that he uses a fake... not even invisible. A fake non-existent sword to cut.
I hate I love Record of Ragnarok, but I hate Record of Ragnarok.
It's such a good manga, but that fight was so dumb.
Oh.
Okay, we're almost done here, guys. Pokemon Snap and its Pokemon Gen 3 sprites depicted singing, especially in the Pokemon Emerald sprite that animates it singing a high note. Specifically, it may be that's not a good high note.
No.
It may be inspired by the Ride of the Valkyries from the opera Die Walkür. How do you pronounce that, Joachim? Walkür?
Oh.
Valkyr.
Like Die Volker. I don't know. That they use a weird umlaut above the U that I don't have in Norwegian.
The second of 4 operas by Richard Wagner based on Norse mythology. In this context, it is possible that the Valkyries, mythical warrior maidens who gather the souls of those slain in battle,
Fighting babes? Okay, I can get behind that.
are another inspiration for Jynx. Joachim's putting his line in. He's going to sound different.
Yeah.
Jynx may also have origins. Okay, we already know this about the Yuki-onna and Uba. Name origin. Jynx may be a corruption of jinx, a curse or hex of bad luck.
Yeah, no way. No dip.
Yeah, obviously. Oh, in Japanese, her name is Rougella. May be derived from rouge, a type of makeup, and also the French word for red, and also from the French verb geler, to freeze, to be freezing cold.
Ooh, that's cool.
Yeah, Rougella is
The name
a
makes
very
so much.
cool name.
It's such a cool name compared to Jynx.
All right, Joachim, what is it time for?
Did we did alternate forms?
Yeah.
We did strategies.
I mean, we
Yeah.
didn't really do strategies, but I don't think Jynx has ever been used in competitive.
Because it sucks.
Just like I said earlier, give her a psychic move, an ice move, and then focus blast and energy ball are right there for coverage. Unless you want her to be a screen setter and set up like light screen and reflect, that might be a good thing for her to do.
Okay.
There, that's it. Let's check on merch for
search and
Smoochum. Oh, I'm scared of Jerk. You better be quaking in your boots.
I am quaking in my boots. Because I know it's going to be a flood.
All right, that's not bad for Smoochum. So Smoochum has her sitting cutie, of course.
That's pretty cute.
Still available. The Soda Pop plush for Smoochum is actually pretty cute.
Yeah, I think it's cuter than the city.
Yeah. There is this pixel pin of Smoochum. There is a Pokemon TCG, Pikachu and Friends, Pokemon Sweet Temptations playmat that features Smoochum.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like
I hear
2
Sweet
Pikachu.
Temptations and then I see Baby Pokemon and I don't like it. But it's Halloween themed.
It's 2 Pikachu, male and female, Munchlax, Mimikyu, and Smoochum being like scared by dark type Pokemon. Ghost type Pokemon. And then there are a couple of shirts with that same design on it. So Smoochum made it onto shirts.
Yeah.
That's honestly.
I wonder if that's by proxy of being related to a Gen 1 Pokemon.
But Jynx didn't appear on the shirt. It was just Smoochum.
Yeah.
And then Jynx's sitting cutie is diabolical.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Her eyes just stare at you.
Ugh.
Oh, that is probably
the
the worst sitting cutie.
That would make a child scared. I think.
Yes.
If you had that in a child's room, they would not sleep well.
I think if you gave this to an infant and they grew up with it, maybe they'd find it okay. I think if you gave this like a toddler, they would be horrified of it. And then there's a pixel pin for Jynx.
And that's it.
Which is somehow cheaper than Smoochum's. Smoochum's was $9.99.
Wow, so Jynx is also horribly designed.
Yeah,
so
they're not going to make a lot of merch.
Hold on. It's
of
a
her.
good design for if it's trying to be horrible.
Yes. I would say Smoochum is like a low C. She does appear on shirts and a playmat.
Okay, low C.
More than one plush.
Yeah.
And then Jynx has got to be an F.
Especially considering it's a Gen 1 Pokemon.
Yeah.
With like that level of representation.
Yeah, that's pretty freaking bad. All right, Joachim, what are you going to do now?
Now, this is the part of the show where I Google the Pokemon and then scroll and find all the lewds.
Yes, he is going to go to Google Images without searching any other terms and just see if any lewds pop up. That Jynx card, I think I have him in a deck. It's not great, but it's not that bad. Oh, somebody did like what do you call that?
Anatomy thing of
An
Jynx?
anatomy of Jynx. Didn't they do that with all Gen 1 Pokemon though?
Probably.
Isn't that the artist?
Her she doesn't have legs. She has full flaps inside of her.
Oh, is it making it seem like her skirt is part of her?
Each ripple of the skirt is like.
That's bad.
There's this one. What do you call this? There's this one like just the art piece of Jynx that the Pokemon uses a lot. It's got like this fold of fabric in the front that looks like a big it has a dong.
It has a peanuts.
Peanuts.
Oh, now that's a Gyaru Pokemon.
Yeah.
They did like a Sunstone evolution of Smoochum that looks much more like a Gyaru.
That's good.
Yeah, Fire Ice.
Jinx redesign based off of Gyaru on Fakemon.
I actually like that a lot.
Look at this.
Oh.
Jinx Halloween makeup. So in 2016, someone posted a Halloween makeup tutorial. It's on I'm gonna Xiaoshu or Xiaoshui.
It's
XIA
legitimately horrifying. I would not recommend watching that video. You'd probably be cursed. Is that lewd? Does that one count as lewd?
That's not lewd.
Okay,
Someone tried to make Jynx hot.
Yeah.
But that's not lewd. All right, Frank says this next one might be a lewd. It's someone got a tattoo that it's got like a Jynx.
It's a pinup girl, but with Jynx's face and hair. That's gotta be lewd.
I don't know. You guys, it's Sharik, Orlando tattoo artist.
Orlando? I could go get that right now.
Yeah, you could.
I could get that today.
Jynx, you owe me a soda. Blah, 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 Instagram.
Yeah,
This one, she's brapping massively.
she's using ice. It's like a statuette of her using a move.
When it's on Poke Gallery. There's some good models on.
Yeah.
Is it just Poke Gallery?
Oh, look at that card. Oh, it's that
cute.
psychic type Elite Four guy from isn't he? He's from Gold, Johto, and he's like hanging out with his Jynx. He's like blowing him kisses on a full art Pokemon card.
It's a good card.
Yeah, that's nice. Oh, that's another Pokemon card.
What?
That is a Jynx like winking and giving the hip to a Machamp who is not interested. Oh gosh. Oh, that one's lewd.
Well, hold on.
Whoa.
All right, this one for
Rusty.
Affinity. For Affinity, you guys went all out.
Yeah, this is the one time I think For Affinity's done a good job.
All right, normal. The photo is called Normal Jynx Mystery Pokédop result by Rancidius. Rancidius gets around.
Yeah, he does. He draws a lot of
Wow.
Pokemon stuff.
He or she or they.
They Rancidius. I don't always like your work. In fact, I think a lot of it's rancid. But you know what?
Whoa.
Good on you
That
for
is a great
getting around. Yeah,
Rancidius,
your Jynx, fantastic.
Oh, and then this one is just.
It's Jinx's head on Mr. Mime's body, and it had to like blur out.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Wait a minute. Why does it say Fun with Colors BLM?
Fun with Colors dash. What is Pokemon Color Splash on Tumblr? I don't know what this is.
Let's move on from this one.
Maybe that's their bio? Oh god. We got Vor. We got Vor. Pokevore 124.
Oh,
Jinx
gosh.
by Perpulier.
Oh gosh, I'm gonna be sick.
Oh, okay, there's a Jirachi. And what do you think the other one is? Is that a Togepi?
Weavile?
I think it's a Weavile.
I think it's a Weavile.
Jirachi and Weavile in its belly, and it's doing a little winking one eye, the tongue out.
Yeah,
that's pretty lewd.
I don't like that. Ugh. Are we done yet?
No. Okay, this one's kind of lewd.
Yeah.
They gave her curves and they made her dress kind of go into her butt. All right, we got to the end.
Yes, we
And there was no lewds. Or no, there were not that many lewds.
Yeah,
honestly,
not as many as I thought, but still a decent amount.
And now, the jerk portion.
And that is?
It's where I go to Rule 34 and I see how many results for Jynx there are. All right.
And how many are
there?
there?
Are.
Can I guess?
You can guess. But first, let me go through. Yeah. Okay. First, I want your guess for just the word Jynx.
Somewhere in the 300s.
Okay. So there's a lot of entries. There's a lot of Jinxes with an underscore and then some other word, right? There's Jynx _ Cloudy 4, Jynx Jynx Yosei 6, Jynx Greg Panovich 6, Jynx OC 6, Jynx Blue 7, Jynx 456 8, Jynx the Gecko Ninja 10.
What the heck?
Jynx Lynx 10. Jynx Zane X
These
_ X
must
12.
all just be different artists.
Yeah, maybe.
You're just reading different artists.
So Jynx baseline 410.
Oh my gosh, more than I thought.
Is that more than Gothitelle?
No, is it?
Oh my gosh, I didn't think I would see Fat Fetish Mesprit. Look at her.
Oh, jeez. Why?
Honestly,
is that more than Gothitelle?
hold on. What are these characters?
That'd be so sad.
This is not a Pokemon. I think there's multiple characters called Jynx.
Well, I mean, they're spelled differently. You have Jynx from Arcane, but that's... I don't want to see. It's just a ginormous butt.
Is this the Autism Speaks?
Oh my
puzzles?
gosh! Wait a minute. That might be.
It's got like... I don't know how to describe this one. It's got like rainbow hair. It's like
You don't need
its
to
skin is
describe
yellow. It's got like a radioactive symbol on its shoulder, and then I think it has like the autism speaks pattern on its dress.
I don't know, man. I hope that's not more than Gothitelle. That'd be so sad.
I have to look.
Who you said it was what? 410.
410. But I think there's another thing called Jynx. Oh, isn't that League of Legends?
Yeah, but that's spelled Jinx.
Yeah, but what happens if someone just misspelled it?
I don't know,
I
man.
don't know. Hold on. Okay, let's discount like 410. Let's cut away like 25 of those.
Sure.
I think it might be even more than 25 to cut away. But oh my, it's like a grenade when 787
For Gothitelle?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
This is like
I don't want to see that. You don't have
it's
to
like
show
a flashbang.
me. Yeah,
it's like
I know.
a flashbang.
You're doing it to yourself. Okay. Now that section's done, we get to do a new section, which is Wed, Fed, and Dead.
Shut up.
This is the part of the show where the boys discuss how edible the pocket monsters that we focused on won't belong. Turn up and come along to the segment of the show.
You tell me to
I'm
shut
so
up one
sorry
more
for
time.
saying that again. I should have learned my
I'm
lesson.
gonna actually throttle you. What is this?
Wed, Fed, and Dead. It's the part of the show where we marry, we
Yep.
eat, and we kill the Pokemon. In theory. What? Why are you rubbing your hands together? Okay.
It's time
To
to wed this Pokemon. It's got the most kissable lips.
It does.
Of
lips look like
any
they
Pokemon.
can do something. It's a 6.
It's got hands. Okay, let's talk about how tall it is. Let's talk about how tall it is.
It's Pokemon. They're gonna make it like 2'5" or something because it doesn't make any sense.
Is that
my
how-
guess? My guess is it's 5'2".
Shorter.
Oh god dang it! 4'10".
4'7".
Ah.
So it's not that's not that short.
Yeah, but it's just like
she's a shorty.
It makes me feel like it's more of an animal because this
Shorty,
is a
hey,
Pokemon.
Shorty's got back.
Shorties do have back. I don't discriminate. But this is also basically an animal.
No, it's basically a human. It's the human-shaped Pokemon. It's in the human-like egg group, and it has a human-like speech. It can help you cook with those realistic human hands.
Yeah.
It can kiss you. It can cuddle with you in bed. Go for long floats on the beach.
7.
I'll say 7.5.
7.5.
7.5.
7.25. Let's meet in the middle.
7.25. I'll give you 7.25.
Gajinka.
Gyaru Gajinka. She's a Gyaru.
Yeah, no, I can't do that.
Every time I see, look, listen, guys, don't cancel me. But every time I look at a Gyaru, I'm like, ugh, you're doing too much. Really, you're doing too much. If you're doing it for you, that's great. Live your life how you want. Be happy in yourself. When I see it, I don't like it. It's not a fashion trend. I really.
What if it's like a spectrum thing where like there's like goth. I think goth is attractive. Is an attractive look. I'm a male in 2025. But then there's a degree of goth that is too far, and you're like, okay, this is a bit much. And I feel like you're thinking of the Gyaru equivalent of the goth that's really far. I mean, you say too much, like they can dress however they want.
Yes.
But there's a line where it's like attractive to the most people. If you're going for attractive to the most people.
What I'm thinking of is like super fake tan, brownish orange skin, the really big and
hair.
long wig, the extreme like eyelashes and makeup, the really pink lipstick. That's what I think of as too far. Now, if this was just a tan Japanese girl with dyed blonde hair, that's completely different. That I'm not saying is too far or anything. Yeah. You're right. I wasn't thinking of it as a spectrum.
But I think she is the giant wig.
She
really
is the
pink
too far.
lipstick. Eerily, suspiciously darkened skin.
Yes.
To the point where you're like, what are you going for here?
Yes. Suspiciously lightened lips.
Yeah.
And it starts to become a I can't be seen with you in public sort of thing. Also, she just talks in a way where you can hardly understand her.
Yeah.
This is not a successful marriage. Funny, I always find it so funny when we marry the Pokemon and not the human version of the Pokemon. Edible. Too human-like. Don't want to think about it. It's literally the human-like, human-shaped Pokemon. I also think that I don't like thinking about it.
Oh, because that's one of your things. You don't like cannibalism.
It freaks me out. Freaks me out.
I'm gonna find something to eat on there.
You can probably eat. You can say that about a human. Why are you looking at me like that?
No. I'm trying to think of like the things that are exposed that I think we could eat. Like, it's got hands, but
there's very few animals.
I don't look at like
you
a
eat the whole
monkey's
head
hand
of.
and think, "Ooh, I want to eat that."
Yeah.
It's
It
all
has
dress.
hips. It has
Oh,
hips,
it
though.
zips. Rump roast.
Yeah. Oh, I gotta eat
I
that.
think it's gonna be okay. I think it's gonna be a baseline 5. It's meat.
Yeah, I guess. Maybe it's probably not even very good meat. I would say a 4.
Yeah, maybe a 4.
Yeah.
And it's also there's the psychological aspect of it.
Yeah.
It's like eating a person.
So this is a -0.
This is
then,
probably the worst ass I will have ever eaten.
All right, dead. This is a difficult one, right? Because it's fast.
But you just have to hit it once, I think.
Literally with 35 defense. Yeah, you just gotta hit it once.
But it's like, imagine a really frail person who has a gun and is way faster than you. Because I think of special attack kind of like a gun.
Yeah.
It's ranged.
She can attack your brain from a distance.
Yeah, so I think you have to get in, you have to hit hard as fast as you can. I think that's a steel bat. I don't think barehanded you're going to do much against her.
It would be too prolonged. You'd have to strangle or like try and dislocate the arms.
She's too much like
poke
a human.
Out the eyes. Yeah, she's like a really fast human that like you said, with a gun. Because she can use, she doesn't learn Ice Beam by level up, but she does get Blizzard.
It's like if Usain Bolt had a gun and he had osteoporosis. All we have to do is get up to him and we can break his bones.
Yeah.
But the thing is, he's Usain Bolt and he's going to go faster than us and shoot us.
All right, this is how Biden can still win. She makes the mistake of going for Blizzard first. She misses. Then we tackle her, we're on top of her, we gouge her eyes out. Then from there, we can just beat on her with our fists.
Who's this we? Just you. We're not doing this together.
Okay, you're right. I'm talking like individually though. We could do this. Then she has such low defense. A couple of good punches to the head, and I think she's done.
Okay, I'm gonna say like a 10%.
No,
she's too fast. She's too fast, and she's got a gun.
Blizzard has a 30% chance to miss. Giving myself.
Does she learn Ice Beam by level up?
No.
Oh, she doesn't.
Nope. That's what I was saying
earlier. Does she learn Psychic
earlier.
by level up?
Yes.
Okay.
But if she goes for Blizzard, okay. Let me think about this way. How do we do math, Jokum? Blizzard has a 30% chance to hit, and she has,
but what if she uses Psychic?
Let's say a 1 in 4 chance of picking Blizzard as her move.
All right.
Because it's her strongest attack. Its stab is going to do the most damage.
All right. But Psychic also is stab.
Yes, but Blizzard does more damage.
But how much damage does Psychic do? Like 80?
80 or 90. 90, I think.
And stab?
Yeah.
How much extra damage is that?
It doesn't matter. Blizzard does like 110.
Yeah, but I think a Psychic will still kill us.
It would, but Jokum, listen to me. She has a 25% chance to pick. I'm gonna move this mic closer to me. I feel like I've been talking so far away from it. She has a 25% chance to pick Blizzard as a move, and then it has a 30% chance to miss. To me, that's a 52%.
I think no. What are you talking about? Okay, what other moves does she know? Right? What other moves might she know? I think she kills us with the Psychic.
You think one shot?
I think one shot Psychic either kills us or incapacitates us, and then she uses it again.
But you're assuming.
Okay, let's say she has 4 moves: Psychic, Blizzard. What else would she know?
Reflect and Light Screen.
No,
they don't all have to be attacking moves. Lick.
Okay.
And
what percent chances
Ice Punch?
What percent chances Lick have to kill us or to paralyze us?
30%, I think.
30%. How much damage does it do?
I want to say it's pretty low. I want to say 30 to 50, something like that.
Is it normal type?
It's ghost.
Ghost type, okay. Are humans weak to ghost?
We're
baseline. We're not even normal type.
We're not even normal. We're typeless. Okay, I think we're digging too far into this. Bare hands, I give myself a 30% chance.
Okay, but if there was a 25% chance she uses a move that doesn't kill you instantly. Let's say there's a 25% chance she uses Lick. That doesn't kill you. Maybe then there's that 25% chance that you might be able to kill her and she's not going to use a special attack next, right? That's not a 30% chance, bare hands.
I'm giving myself a 30% chance.
I think you're
Nope.
Foolish.
Nope.
Foolish.
And with a metal bat, 50.
I think metal bat is 35%, and then unarmed 10%.
No,
unarmed is 10%. That's just wrong.
I think I'm just built different.
Please,
I think
for
I'm
the
just
love
built
of God,
different.
people who are listening, comment below who is right.
You make sure you spell my name correctly. It's Frank.
Yeah, when you follow it by is wrong.
Okay, do you want to do prep time? What are you gonna do to prep time?
I don't know.
A gun?
The thing is, I feel like guns are in the special defense area, and no, I could shoot her a bunch of times with a gun.
Yeah,
It'd have to be a shotgun. She's ice type. She's gonna fall apart.
Everything you say.
Yeah,
it's always a shotgun.
No, but it's like a minimum, right? What's the minimum? I can't just shoot her with a 22, right? There's like a Chinchino I could kill with a 22.
A Chinchino I could kill with my bare hands.
A Minchino I could but that's like. Let me kill the squirrel with a bear or with a chinchilla.
It's a chinchilla.
It's a chilla.
It's a chinchilla. Okay, everybody. That's it. This is no wait, I have to do my outro. So if you like Pokemon, you want more Pokemon content, why don't you go to my YouTube channel? It shares the name of the podcast. It's called Certified Pokemoments. I talk about Pokemon every other week, and in between I talk about a lot of other things I have interest in, like Legos, or just recently I finished up my Animal Crossing villager tier list, where I ranked every single Animal Crossing New Horizons villager in a tier list. It took 4 parts. The last part was like 50 minutes long. There's a lot of content there to catch up on, guys. And if you want more Joachim content, him and I have a series on the channel called Taboo Foods. We cook strange and odd foods, stuff that the average American would find weird. Like, I don't know, bull testicles, or maybe grilled fruit. Some fruit is kind of normal to grill. Some fruit, like plantains, are not normal to grill.
Did we grill plantains?
We did.
What a bad idea.
All that and more on Certified Pokemoments YouTube channel. And with all that being said, guys, once again, thank you so very much for listening. This has been your Certified Pokemoment.
I understand a little bit of that, but not all of it.